Hey everyone, welcome to the NintendoFuse Podcast and Happy New Year. It's 2026 and the NintendoFuse Podcast is back with episode 329. Now, in this episode, we're going to be talking all about the recent news like new colors for Switch 2 Joy-Cons and Lego Pokemon and the My Mario line coming to the US and Animal Crossing. We're right on the doorstep of a new update and so much more. In addition, we're going to be talking all about our 2026 predictions with gaming and kind of going over our 2025 predictions and see how well or how horrible we did. I did horrible. And we're going to be talking about all that and so much more on this episode. We're so glad you guys are here. My name is Steve, and of course, I am joined by Barry and Greg. Barry, how you doing, man?
Hey, I'm alive. For anyone listening, I've got a fun-filled phlegm virus, so if I sound a little nasally, I do apologize. And if I cough at all, and I can't mute myself, I do apologize. But it's that time of year, and having a child, that's just what happens. It sucks.
Nice. Yay. New year, new diseases. Greg, how you doing?
And mostly hanging in there. I'm thankfully not sick. I think my voice just needs a little bit of water right now. But essentially, my daughter did have like a flu virus like over her winter break at one point, and then my wife caught it like a week later. But then I'm still thankful to be without it. So like both of them have full. It was like a 24-hour really bad type of bug, but they both are feeling a lot better from that. But thankfully, I got to avoid it.
Nice. Nice. I have not been sick in a long time, so hopefully that stays the case. Because I
Yeah, knock
hate
on
being
some wood there,
sick.
Steve.
Yeah, knocking everywhere. Yeah.
Steve, come give me a kiss. Let's go.
I wouldn't do it even if you're healthy.
How about a good hug?
I'm scared to venture to New Jersey now, even if I do get World Cup
Oh my
tickets.
God,
It's going to be greeted with a
Steve.
kiss. I don't know.
Oh, you will. You would from our dogs though. You would get.
That's okay, as long as they're not sick. Uh, so
I don't think you can
thank you
catch
guys for
infection.
joining us for the first episode of 2026. Like we said, we're going to be talking about predictions and news and so much more. So glad that you guys are here. And if you've never subscribed to us, when I encourage you to do that on whatever platform you're listening or watching us, please just hit that subscribe button, hit the like button, or rate us, or whatever you can do on each of those platforms. That'd be great. And share this with other Nintendo gamers that you know as well. Also, we're on social media and Discord, so make sure you follow those links in our show notes or the YouTube description. And we'd love to have you on all those different platforms and join in our growing community over there. Speaking of our growing community, we've talked about this on previous episodes, and Greg and Barry and I have talked kind of offline about this, but I think we would love to, for the new year, to actually get a Patreon going this year. But we need your feedback because Patreon is one of those things that's it's cool to be able to support your favorite creators and things like that, but we want to be able to offer things that you actually want. And so we need your feedback. So please email us at podcast@nintendofuse.com and let us know what you'd like to see on those different tiers of benefits on Patreon if we were to actually open one this year. You can also let us know in Discord and things like that. But we want your feedback because you guys are going to be the ones that are going to be hopefully contributing in those ways, and we want to make sure that we give you things that you actually want. So just do that for us, and that'd be great. And hopefully we can get that going early part of this year. So let's jump into what we've been playing, and we go over to you first, Greg.
Yeah, unfortunately, the
No, I
list
thought we
is.
swapped every year. You know, like, I see you.
Oh,
You're staying.
man, I've
The
been.
2 years in a row, you've went Greg first, and then me last second,
Okay,
and now
okay.
it's like, wait a
You know what?
minute.
New year, new disease, new order. Here we go. Barry, how about you go
I was
first?
gonna say you forgot about this. See, I've been patiently waiting. Oh, it's good. It's my time. Finally, I get to go after Greg. All this time, finally, I get to go before Greg.
I just got stuck in that order forever. Well, our headlines are going to go in that order as well, but
Nah, it's fine. It's just funny. It's like you mentioned it. You're the one who started it,
And then I forgot about it.
and you forgot about it.
Probably after like one episode or two, he's like, "Oh, let's just leave it on the template as always Greg, then Barry."
Exactly. Yeah. Yep.
The
All
template's
right.
always been that way. I think it's always been that way.
Not now.
Oh, I
Not
see.
now.
He's
I just
changing it.
moved it. I just
He's
moved it.
flipping it. Live flipping. Oh, yeah, here we
All
go.
right. So Barry, what have you been playing?
So yeah, so a lot. I've been busy. I've been very busy over the last what 4 weeks, 4.5 weeks, 5 weeks, whatever it's been. So on Switch, still playing Pokemon Unite and Asphalt Legends Unite. They're still my daily plays. Played a little Pokemon Scarlet. Nothing huge, just running around a little bit. F-Zero 99. I played that quite a bit. There was a holiday event that they did an update for, and I finally got all the tracks unlocked in practice. Because I don't know if you know, in F-Zero 99, if you play a track, you unlock it in practice. You can play it whenever you want. And I was like, well, I want to do that. That way I can just enjoy. Because the BS tracks are there. It's the only official release and the only official way to play the BS tracks. And I played that game a lot. I had a lot of fun with F-Zero 99. So it's now become more of a regular thing. Tetris 99, I actually played last weekend. There was a Animal Crossing Maximus Cup. So I went and did that and got the theme, which was adorable, and I love it. So I had to go get that. Greg and I did a review that went up last year for the Tori games, and the developer of the Tori games unfortunately let everyone know that Saturn didn't sell that well and probably won't be any more Tori games. But he decided to do another free game for the holiday, and the publisher decided to say, let's bring that to Switch and not charge anybody for it. So it is a free demo, which it's sold as a demo, but it's a free game called Tori's Jolly Jam, which you can get as a demo from Tori Saturn. It's a completely different game, and it's free. So that was kind of cool. So I got to play that on Christmas, a very very festive game. I played some Pinball FX. I love the Pinball FX series and just wanted to play some classic pinball. I finally got to play Ys versus Trails in the Sky Alternative Saga. Game came out back on my birthday, and I finally got to play it. A lot of fun. I love to see these PSP era games because I really like the PSP era, like the graphics, like they were just like not super hyper realistic, but they were like 3D Super Nintendo almost, and get to see that brought over to the States for the first time and in English, and they went all out. There's voice acting and everything, like it's insane, and it looks sharp. So I got to play through that and had fun with that. Some game chat games. Trouble Witches Final Episode 1, Daughters of Amalgam, and yes, that is the full name, and it is a mouthful. Which is a cute 'em up, and that was recorded with Tristan, so that is in the queue. So you'll see that soon. But if you like cute 'em ups and if you like the game Cotton, you will absolutely like this game. Also played some Montezuma's Revenge 40th Anniversary, which is an upcoming game chat. It's a 40th anniversary of a very classic game that I grew up with as a kid. On the Switch 2, I played some Rogue Prince of Persia, another game chat upcoming. It is 2D Prince of Persia where you're gonna die a lot, pretty much. So get used to it. Also did some more Hyrule Warriors Age of Imprisonment because they kept adding content to the game. So I'm like, you're gonna keep adding content to the game for free. I'm just gonna keep playing it. So I played through all the new content. Dragon Quest 1 and 2 HD remake. I started last year. I did Dragon Quest 1. This time I did Dragon Quest 2. And I will tell you, they improved Dragon Quest 2 in every possible way. It is amazing. It is what a good close off to the trilogy, canonically. And yeah, they did a phenomenal job. So it's definitely the way to play this game. Then the game that overtook my life for the entire holiday season was Shuten Order. And this overtook my life because I wanted to play it. I love the creator of this game. I loved 100 Line. So of course I had to play his next game as well. And I also did the ESRB for this because at PM we were doing the physical, which was announced. So this game has absorbed my life because I had to play through it multiple times and get capture footage and do all. It is a big game. It's like a 50-hour game, and it is really, really good. So I highly recommend if you like Danganronpa, Zero Escape, AI, Operation Raincoat, 100 Line, and you haven't played Shuten Order, I highly recommend Shuten Order. It's just a great, great game. Played some Kirby Air Riders. They kept doing updates or little events, so I keep doing the events. They're fun. They're quick. Had some fun with that. Pokemon Legends ZA. I finished the Mega Dimension DLC finally, completely. I'm missing a few legendaries, and I'm kind of mixed on it. I like the idea. I hate the RNG, but it's a nice little addition. It's a nice way to add on to an already fun game. Sonic Racing Cross Worlds. I actually have been waiting for Mega Man to join. I started playing for the Knights. They did the Knights Festival, and I missed the previous festivals. And then I went back and I like unlocked everything, or at least didn't unlock everything, but I beat all the cups. I unlocked Supersonic. Did the Pac-Man Festival that just happened, and now I'm waiting for Mega Man, and it's fun. It is very chaotic online. Like holy crap, it is chaotic online. Like more so than Mario Kart. I feel like you're just getting bombarded. Even when of the 12 people, only 8 of them are against you. It doesn't matter. Like the power-ups are just like broken. They're just getting destroyed.
That's
I
too
go
bad.
from first to last so many times in that game. It is crazy.
Hmm.
Let's see. Uh, Fantasy Life I, The Girl Who Steals Time, which is a game I've been very much looking forward to. I didn't fully play it. I logged in, I opened it, I played to the point that I can enter codes because there was a new code posted by you, Steve, and I didn't want to miss it. Well, here's what I learned: all codes don't expire, so you can go back and get every
Oh.
code from the beginning of the game. So they're all there, which is great. So I didn't actually have to play it. And I realized in that short bit of time I was already getting addicted, so I had to stop it because I don't have the time to devote to it. It is really good.
And all you were doing was
So,
putting in codes.
so that well, you have to get to the point you get your first
Yeah,
job
yeah.
before you put codes. So I had to play a bit of it. Started the Dragon Quest VII Reimagined demo. I have not finished it yet. I'm just really at the start of it. So I hope to finish that tomorrow. On the PS5, I did the Trails Beyond the Horizon demo. It's only the prologue. It's very quick, but I'm debating playing it on Switch 2 instead of PlayStation. So I'll have to redo it all because I still don't have shipment confirmation for my PlayStation 5 version because I got the collector's editions. And the PS4 one was delayed, so I don't know if that's delaying my entire shipment. And that pisses me off because like what the heck? You just announced 2 days ago there's a delay in the PS4 only. Thanks. I would have known that. So I might get it on Switch too and play it that way. So we'll see. I'll be playing it this week. That's all I can tell you. On the PC side, still doing Final Fantasy 14. And the mobile side, Mario Kart Tour, LinkedIn, New York Times games, Pokemon TCG Pocket, and surprisingly, Super Mario Run because they did a Mario Galaxy event, and I went back and I did that and got all the statues. So it was fun to play that game again.
Yeah,
Little throwback.
that's cool. And you have almost every card in Pokemon TCG Pocket
Yeah.
because
Well,
I
almost
can't
all the
really give
base
you
sets.
anything. Yeah. I'm able to give your.
He basically
I
just has all
share.
the ones you have.
He has everything almost, like all the base ones. So
I need foils
share
from
cards with his wife because she's almost got a full set as well, but she's still got some openings that Barry doesn't. So I'm able to actually loan or give cards away. But Barry's got everything
I,
that I have and more. So
I still send cards your way when I can because
yeah,
if someone beats me to it, that's funny.
nice. So yeah, that's a lot. I didn't realize that Super Mario Run did a special deal with Galaxy. So I I
Yeah, they
guess I
did a
missed out on
Galaxy
that.
event with like 3 different statues.
Huh.
It might be still active.
Are we still going? Okay.
Let me
Nice.
see. I'll check. I'll check while where it goes.
Okay. Greg, how about you?
Definitely not as long as Barry's list, that's for sure. But a little bit more focused this time around. And as I already preluded to in the intro, my daughter had like 2 weeks off for the winter break. So a lot of the gaming was focused around the stuff with her. So um, at least on the Switch side, it was pretty much just catch up on some game chat games. The Plants vs Zombies Replanted was like one of the primary ones that we have upcoming. So more later on that for my thoughts with Steve at a future date. Hopefully not too far out here. But then pretty much my big hitters on the mobile side, I still was doing the Adopt Me Winter event. You got to get all these different new pets and toys and petware to collect throughout the 4-week period that it was active for, and it's already down, and they're already doing their next events and stuff for the new year already. So that was a ton of fun playing through that and trying to collect some, like try to get one of everything. There's usually my goal, and it just usually is a lot of grinding involved just to get all the currency needed to make those purchases and not have to spend real money on the currency to buy those same things. So thankfully got that all done there. Then my other big one on Roblox is the Dandy's World. I actually got a new shirt that was sent to me in the mail. So like I'm kind of sporting them out unintentionally. I'm not sponsored or anything like that, but um, they also had their own Christmas event, and you had to unlock these limited time tunes that will be going away this Friday. So I pretty much got all those grinded and done as completed as well too. So it was a lot of fun playing with my daughter, going through the different like run types and getting everything there. And then pretty much still playing Cookie Run Kingdom on like the iPhone and iPad, and that's just been a lot of fun. And as I continue to go up towards the top ranks of the arena without having really put too much money into the game at all. So it's very free to play friendly, and it's great to see, and it still has all your typical gotchas and daily login stuff to keep you playing, but they pretty much hand out all the stuff in truckloads where you don't really need to pay any extra money unless you really are looking to try to get ahead there. So had a lot of fun with that, and then their game just pretty much went up at the start of the podcast with their like the final boss Cookie is now being a playable character, so they're going to be starting a whole new story arc once like this chapter ends within like the next month or two. So it's like their 5th anniversary adventure, and then they'll be doing a whole new like story arc and later this year. But yeah, that's
Cool.
pretty much what I've been up to.
Cool. Well, let us know if you are joining us in the live chat, both on YouTube and Twitch. If you are joining us, we'd love to let you hear all your thoughts on all the news and predictions and everything else we do. We'd also love to hear what you've been playing, especially over the holiday season. So, yeah, if you let us know in the live chat, or if you're watching after the fact on YouTube, let us know down in the comment section, or be sure to hop over on social media and our Discord and let us know what you've been playing there as well. It's been cool to have some really good conversations on games over the holiday season over in our Discord. So be sure to hop in there and do that as well. And speaking of
The
which, Jakester is actually joining us for the first time in a while. So glad you're here, Jakester. And if you are joining us, be sure to say hi. At the very least, say hi in the chat so we know you're there. What were you saying, Barry?
So I was just to let you know the Mario Run event ends January 21st or 22nd. So there's still
Okay.
time to get the Mario Galaxy statues.
All right. Cool. I'll have to
How long would you say
get my
that those
timing.
take though, Barry? Like do you need like a lot
Uh,
of the tickets or whatever, or is it pretty quick?
no, it's what 27 missions. It's like clear World 1, 2 with like 150 coins, or kill 8 Goombas in 1, 3 or whatever, and you have to do all 9 missions in for three tabs. It doesn't take me long. Maybe I don't know, maybe an hour of playing tops.
Okay.
Cool.
It was pretty
Yeah,
simple.
I was just trying to see how grindy that was going to be because I might try to collect those while they're there.
Nice.
Yeah, I don't know, who knows if they'll ever come back.
Speaking of Jakester, he says he's been playing Pokemon Legends ZA, Kirby Air Riders, Dragon Quest III Remake, and Misk. Is
A
that
Tiny
a
Tail, yeah,
different?
Misk Tiny Tail. That's a
Oh,
game,
okay.
Misk Tiny Tail.
Okay. I was like, I don't know if that's miscellaneous, but then he has some other things afterwards. So, Miska Tiny Tail and then Tetris 99 as well. I don't know what Miska Tiny Tail is.
It's like a Chibi Robo style game.
Oh,
He
okay.
finished it pretty quickly. He said I would like it. And
Hmm.
it's on my backlog, my very big backlog. Speaking
Your
of backlog
entire
games, I was shocked. The entire house. I was shocked, Greg. You said you were getting like Hyrule Warriors and Kirby for Christmas, and you didn't play any of those. Like, did you get
Yeah,
them? Did you not get them?
I
Oh, there they
did
are!
get
Look.
them, and I didn't actually open them out of the plastic yet, so they are
Oh
here.
my
But
God. Two
I
games
was,
you were looking forward to, and you didn't even touch them.
yep, that's is the nature of the beast though at times because daughter's like fully home from school, like all whatever the full 8 hours of school day. Can't really just like, hey, I'm gonna. She's like, let's grind this event. I really want this character. I really need this. Or, can you do this for me? And like,
And my son will
Nice.
learn if there's a game I'm playing, he's going to be playing his own game, and I'll help him. But that's no.
oh, I mean, yeah, I mean, she was playing their own game. It was like we were in the lobby and the chats and
Playing
everything
together.
all together.
Yeah.
That's how the Roblox works. It's like the new couch co-op, but you're each on your own device and you're still in the same game and the same lobby in your own screen.
Oh, he'll be doing his own thing and be like, no, I'm playing my game. The daddy's
Play-
game. Sorry,
Player
when
Blues
Mario
Clues.
came out, you could play it or
I'm
not.
beating some zombies.
Yeah.
Be busy playing
I
those
don't know.
games that Steve absolutely loves to talk about. So this is like why he can't put his son won't be able to play those games.
There you go. There you go. So yeah, I I'll get to this in a second. I'll hold off until I get to that game. But yeah, I played some as expected. Played a lot of Jackbox games over the holiday season with my family. That's like one of the things they love, and so brought along my Switch 2 dock with me and plugged that into parents' TV and pretty much we played that and we played some Mario Kart World. So it was like the main two things that got played as a family over Christmas, and that was fun. Also with the Jackbox games was Drawful 2, so it's just another kind of Jackbox style game, but that's always fun. And then the all the free games we got for the Switchmas giveaway, I decided because there's like 4 of these Bubble Trouble games, and so I tried all 4 of them, and I don't like any of them. I tried them all. I was like, maybe they'll get better as you go, and no, I mean it can be addicting, but it's not necessarily a good game. It's just one of those that like I think I can do better. But I didn't really have fun. It was just more of a challenge. And the mechanics are a kind of a pain in the butt. So there are other games better to spend your time on. But hey, I didn't spend any money on them, so that was great.
So you get double your money back guarantee.
There you go. There you go. Also went back to Melon Wizard. Melon Lizard, which was a game that I think I told you guys about last year that I just found on the eShop that was free, and so I was like, you know what, I'm gonna finally finish that last level, and I finished the last level, and there's a whole host of other levels. This free game has got a lot of content on it, so look up Melon Lizard. It's a challenging
wasn't
but
free for us.
incredibly simple game. What's that?
It wasn't free for us.
Oh, I still don't know why I have it for free then. But it's like 99 cents or something, wasn't
I
it?
don't know.
I don't know. But
It
I
was
had
like
it for free.
$1.99 on sale.
Oh, okay. Well, whatever it was, I somehow got it free. I played very little Rocket League, which is actually the first time I'd booted up in a while, and played just a few matches, and that was really it. I played a little bit of Fortnite because they keep adding more and more stuff. And I've gotten to the point where I am overwhelmed by how much stuff they've added to Fortnite. It's unrecognizable anymore as the game that it used to be. And every time I boot it up, I get like not serious anxiety, but I get a little tiny little taste of anxiety when I look at that menu. I'm like, I don't even know what to do in this game. There's so many options and so many games and so many different things going on. It's like, I just wanted to play Fortnite, and it's hard to even find the basic game in this whole mess of the screen that you have when you open it up anymore. So yeah, Jake's just saying Fortnite is not what it once was, and yeah, it's definitely not. And
Did
I even
you?
went into the Lego Fortnite stuff, which is what I enjoy playing, but it's still not what it was when it first launched either. They have some extra like modes that I was like, okay, which one do I enter in? I just want to build and just want to have fun and explore. And it took me a while to even figure out which one did that. So
Did you see the last season when it ended? Did you see like the last season cutscene? Have you ever watched that?
no.
It was like a child's fever dream. Like I would have loved it, especially as a kid. It was like this giant boss, and everyone's got to fight it. And you got like Iron Man and King Kong is climbing it, and here comes Godzilla, and Power Ranger Megazord comes in and attacks. I'm just like, this is like Avengers Endgame, but like giant Homer Simpson's throwing donuts at it. I'm like, what the heck is going on? This is insane. It
Yeah.
is absolutely worth watching on like YouTube. It
Okay.
was crazy.
I'll have to check it out.
I'll try
I
to find
heard
the
that
link
the
for you.
Simpsons like season or whatever was awesome, and I was hoping to get in on that, but I logged in too late. But yeah, all this stuff that they're doing sounds cool, but I get overwhelmed every time I boot up the game. So like they've got to do something to that. And oh, don't I hope you're talking about the book Zev Zero and not that horrible movie of excuse for Ready Player One. Uh, um, but anyway, so as I said earlier, played some Mario Kart World with my cousin, my sister, and that was fun. I think that was actually the first time I'd played local multiplayer for Mario Kart World, because I'd only played online up until that point, and that was fun. Then played around with several of the games on Nintendo Classic apps. So I now played some Mario Kart 64. I booted up some others. I can't remember what it was, but I was kind of going through and playing around with those on there. Played some FC's 26 as well. Some Pokemon Legends ZA. Also played some Plants vs Zombies Replanted, which Greg said we'll be doing a game chat on that pretty soon. I will say that I was pleasantly surprised that they did implement a full touch control with that, which is fantastic, because playing Plants vs Zombies with an analog stick and buttons is not a good experience, but touchscreen is fantastic, because that's the way the game was meant to be played. And then I played some Dynasty Warriors Origins. I can't really talk about it anymore because it's on embargo, but I just played it, which is funny because I also have the Hyrule Warriors that I have not touched yet, but I played some Dynasty Warriors instead. So that was, yeah, it was an experience, and I am under embargo for the review, so I can't talk more about that right now, but expect more soon. Played some Clash Royale, Last Z, and Pokemon TCG Pocket on mobile as well. And then Jake just says, read the book, never saw the movie. Good, you shouldn't. I mean, the movie's okay for Ready Player One, but it is not the book. The movie is inspired by the book, but it is not the book. It's
I also heard
definitely.
Ready Player 2 was not very good.
I still have not read it. I got it, but it's sitting there because I'm also fearful. I'm like, Ready Player One was so good that I'm like, I don't want to read the sequel and ruin something for me. So I haven't actually started the second book yet.
I know I had started it around the time that it came out, but I don't think if I ever finished it or not. Because I think it was like one of those like hot library books at the time, so you only got it for like a week or whatever. Then some reason I didn't finish it in time, and it had to be returned if I finished it or not. Because it was only supposed to be a temporary thing. But so I don't think I finished it, but I do remember at least starting it. But
Yeah. Oh, Greg, you'd be happy. Another book that I read that has nothing to do with Nintendo at all. But I've officially started the Harry Potter series, so I am like 2/3 of my way through the first book. So, and enjoying it.
awesome.
Yeah, it's fun. So I'm finally in the process of catching up with the rest of the world. I
All
also
right,
figured I have this Hogwarts Legacy game that I've been wanting to play, but I wanted to actually understand what I'd be playing. So I was like, let me at least read one book so I can understand this world.
Yeah,
Because
I mean,
I
the
didn't even
game
know
is
what the
basically a
world.
prequel to all the books. But
Okay,
yeah,
cool. But I didn't even know like the rules to Quidditch. So now I do. which is great. So like, there's different things that I was like, I feel like I need to have at least a basic understanding of this world before I play the game. So.
Yeah, that probably would help and make some things make a little bit more sense. And even if you do watch the movies after reading the books, then you'll at least have like a picture, like location of it, look at in your head. Because I think the game, I think, kind of uses some of those like movie locations. I think possibly, but
Okay,
I don't know.
cool.
Not like a ton of them, but I think like some of them are borrowed from there. I believe, but
Cool. So yeah, I'm looking forward to it. Jakester also says in the chat that he has Hogwarts Legacy and still hasn't touched it. Same, Jakester. I've been waiting, so I will finish the first book this week for sure. I've flew through like 2/3 of it over the last 2 days, so I anticipate finishing it this week.
yeah, they are relatively quick reads as long as you put the time in. So
except for
I mean,
those ones in the middle are gigantic. They're like thick. I mean, it's still a quick read, but it is like twice as big as this first one.
Well, yeah, I mean, I think that usually a lot of stuff starts like usually the first one, like they don't know if it's going to be a full on series or if it's going to launch or if it's going to sell well, and then are they actually going to be able to do a second one? And then like once all those deals get established, then it's like okay, now you can make them longer. I think
Yeah.
a number of other series that I've read have seemed like the first book is always like the shortest one, and then each as it progresses, then each book the next one gets like longer. But
yeah. Cool. Well, keep letting us know what you guys have been playing. And as we jump into this week's headlines, which is a lot, let us know what you guys think about all these stories as well. We'll go through all of them as we usually do, and then we will kind of discuss what stands out to us after we go through all the headlines. So feel free to let us know your thoughts in the live chat as well. So as we jump into these headlines, we are going to go the same order as last year because I forgot. So maybe next week or next episode, I'll change it up to Barry going first. But Greg's going to kick us off here for this one.
yeah, I was going to say this might be my last episode leading this off. So at least until
For a
next year.
Or maybe
Well,
2
it's
years
going to be
since
a
I
year and
did
an
this too
episode
near.
because he forgot. Like, I'll forget after it's been adjusted on the thing. But,
Well, also when it's just us, you lead it off too. So
That's
well,
true.
it's a little bit easier for you to hand it off that way. But yeah, that's a different topic.
Anyway, let's get started in these things. We got a lot of them.
All right, so there's only 3 musical updates this time for our Nintendo Music that I love to keep track of. So on the 22nd, the last update for the year was for Wii Party. So that whole soundtrack is available there. And then to kick us off for the new year, our second and third updates was on January 9th, which had Fire Emblem Path of Radiance to coincide with the launch of the GameCube game. And then just on a typical Monday fashion, just a few days ago here on the 12th, we got the soundtrack for Mario and Luigi Brothers Ship was also added to Nintendo Music. So be sure to take a listen if these soundtracks you want to listen to whenever you need some good music to jam to.
And speaking of new things, Nintendo finally announced new Joy-Cons for the Switch 2. Light purple and light green, even though it's really teal. It's not light green, stop it. These are the same designs as the red and blue that you get with the Switch 2. So you get the little accents, and that's it. You can pre-order them now. They're $100 for the pair, and they will release on February 12th, 2026.
And we have some new information for all you Lego fans because very, very soon you're going to be able to get your first Lego Pokemon sets. We got Eevee for $59.99. Not too bad. We got Pikachu and a Pokeball for $199.99, which kind of seems a little pricey, but not nearly as pricey as this 3-piece Venusaur, Charizard, and Blastoise for $649.99. They all look really cool, but they are going to empty your bank account. You can pre-order them now, and you can get them on February 27th.
Something that won't empty your bank account is the NSO getting a new game. So, as I talked about in the Nintendo Music section, on the 8th, Fire Emblem Path of Radiance for the Nintendo GameCube was added to the NSO. So, if you were looking for a new RPG type strategy game to play. Be sure to check out the GameCube app and Fire Emblem Path of Radiance. I'm pretty excited to try to give this one a go here in the near future.
And last year, Nintendo showed off the My Mario line for younger kids in Japan. Well, now it's coming to the US and Europe via the Nintendo New York and San Francisco stores. They will be coming February 19th, 2026. And some of the things include two wooden block sets, one that's 3 pieces and one that's 30. These are also amiibo. A free Hello Mario app for smartphones and the Nintendo Switch systems, a My Mario stop motion animation series called It's Me Mario, which is on the website and YouTube, which there are a lot of episodes already. My son actually loves those. A collection of apparel for infants and toddlers, from onesies to sleepers and outfits for playtime. An interactive Hello Mario board book by Nintendo and published by Penguin Random House. Soft toys that include fun rattles and cuddly Mario plushes. And Tommy Toomey's My Mario collection that will power up bath time with bath toys and water squirters inspired by the iconic characters from the Super Mario franchise.
Nice. Well, most of you probably know by now, hopefully you do, that very soon we're going to be getting Animal Crossing 3.0 update and the Switch 2 edition. That's going to be dropping on just a couple days on January 15th. So lots of updates. We've got all those over on NintendoFuse.com, so you can run through all of them. But of course, we got the resort hotel opening, making island life more convenient with a new update from Resetti and Slumber Island, and all these different collaborations with a ton of different amiibo. In fact, you're going to be able to scan, I believe, I don't know if it's all of them, but a lot of the amiibo to be able to bring in characters that are inspired by like Link and Zelda and Mario and all these other characters that you're going to be able to scan in as well. Nintendo has all those, and I may have actually misspoke about Mario, but you can bring in Splatoon characters. So all these different amiibo that you're going to be able to scan in, and it's coming in just a couple of days on January 15th.
And speaking of a couple of days, but I guess last weekend, from a couple of days from today's current date, it's the day of this recording, Dragon Quest VII Reimagined got a free demo. So you can go to the Nintendo Switch eShop to download the demo. And fans of Square Enix will be happy to know that you'll get a free cosmetic item and like a special outfit for when the game launches on February 5th. So just by playing the demo, you get a free reward with the data transferring over, I believe, as well too. So be sure to check out Dragon Quest VII if you're looking forward to the launch later this year on February 5th.
And according to a new Nintendo developer interview published in Famitsu, it turns out Nintendo of America was actually the ones who requested Metroid Prime 4 to happen originally. And apparently, because of shifting staff at Retro, the studio did not actually have the structure to make the Metroid Prime game, so they had to bring in new staff to work on the game and to learn the essence of making a Metroid Prime title, which might explain why some pieces feel slightly different than others in the game.
And if you are a fan of the Nintendo Switch game vouchers, got some sad news for you. As of basically the end of the day on January 30th, you will no longer be able to purchase Nintendo Switch game vouchers. And those game vouchers that you currently have are going to be expiring 12 months after the date of purchase. So if you have them, you could have at the most 12 months to use them before they expire. So we don't know exactly why Nintendo's doing this. We can speculate in just a moment, but know that if you are planning on buying any of those, do it before the end of day on January 30th of this year.
Some unfortunate news that happened over the course of the New Year ringing in. Doug Bowser is officially retiring from Nintendo, just much like his predecessor Reggie had done previously. So pretty much he'll be succeeded by David Picard, who just the first female president for Nintendo of America. So that'll be pretty cool to see there. And then pretty much there's a nice post we have on NintendoFuse.com just kind of outlining this whole move and change in leadership and everything as that as will be transitioned over within this early first few months of this year, with Devin continuing forward onward. So good luck, Doug Bowser, any future endeavorments or anything, whatever you're doing in your retirement, because I know Reggie did formally retire. So, yep, it's been a good one.
And Nintendo president Shuntaro Fukuwara recently confirmed in an interview with Japanese newspaper Kyoto Shimbun that the company is actively developing new titles for beloved popular series that fans are anticipating alongside completely new software. With increased game releases planned for 2026 and onward, they're aiming to build excitement for the upcoming projects such as the Super Mario Galaxy movie and the Legend of Zelda film. While specific games weren't named, speculation points to major entries in the 3D Mario, Zelda, and potentially Donkey Kong franchises for the Switch too.
And if you've been wondering and waiting, like, when is Nintendo finally going to release their year in review? Well, they dropped it today. So if you want to know what you were up to in terms of your gaming for 2025, you can head over to year-in-review.nintendo.com. Make sure you sign into your Nintendo account, and you'll be able to take a scroll down memory lane as you remember what games kind of dominated your gaming on Nintendo platforms in 2025.
With. So there's been a number of lawsuits taken against Roblox due to their security and safety issues with adults and children interacting within games. So on January 8th, just last week, they pushed forward a required update. In order to use chat, you need to verify your age either with like a government ID or an AI selfie or AI system will evaluate a picture of like a selfie of yourself to try to guess your age. And there's even some issues with that as have come to light through that. But there's a pretty much a big serious change that could be kind of impactful towards consoles, as Roblox is available on PlayStation and Xbox at the time of this post, with it not being on Nintendo quite yet. But maybe this change might help them to get through with Nintendo through the limitations and trying to make it a more safe environment for children to play their favorite games on Roblox.
Yeah, be interesting to see how Nintendo responds to all that. Yeah, lots of headlines. We could talk probably a long time about several of these stories on this episode. But as you think through all of these different ones, what stands out to you, Barry? What are some thoughts that come to your head when you think about this?
Quickly for the Roblox one, thought just popped in my head. What's stopping somebody from taking a picture of a child and having it do a selfie and just holding up that picture and letting the AI guess, oh, you were 7 years old, and then okay, I'm 7 years old, and now boom, now I'm in the 7-year-old bracket. What's to stop them? Because it's not, I would assume it's not monitoring who is actually playing it, it's just for your account.
Well,
So
people wouldn't do
that
that. What are you talking about? They'd
never,
never do that. Bad
never.
bad people would never be bad.
Never. So that that yeah, it just
Yeah,
worries
that's
me.
the system is all sorts of issues with it because even then there's kids that are borrowing their parents' ID and then using that as like, hey, I'm whatever 40 years old, and then they're getting grouped with the adults to begin with, and they're could be whatever 10 years old or 12 or whatever the case may be there too. So there's even the reverse of that that's happening as well, I've seen.
Yeah,
Crazy.
that's freaky. So hopefully it gets ironed out. For the other stuff, the year in review, I did mine. Just so you know, I did 138 games in 2025, 2,368 hours. And my top games should be no surprise to anyone who listens is Pokemon Unite, Asphalt, and 100 Line were my top three. And the month I played the most was actually August. Right behind it was July and then December. And a lot of that December was definitely work related. But yeah, I love that they do this. And apparently, like the year in review, you can go all the way back. I went all the way back to like 2017, and like it was like showing me all the games I played
Mm.
in order. And I was like, oh man, game review. That was a review. I remember doing that review for NintendoFuse. It was like really cool just to kind of go back and do memory lane. Just some other stuff. The game vouchers, they can only work on Switch 1, not Switch 2, and it makes me think maybe there's not a lot of big Switch 1 games coming out this year or going forward, or they just say, you know what, screw it. If you want our games bad enough, you'll pay full price. Let's try to get FOMO out of people all in 1 month. Dragon Quest VII demo I'm playing right now. It's fantastic. Animal Crossing, I'd love to go back and do that update. I'd love to. I just know I don't have the time and I can't afford to get sucked in right now. The My Mario stuff, I definitely want to get some of that stuff for my son and a block set for my Amiibo collection. But yeah, you'll have to look through it. Fortunately, it's only Nintendo New York or San Francisco, and it's like, do I really want to take a trip to the city and train, go over there to get that stuff, and then bring it back? Probably not. So we'll see. If hopefully it goes to like Amazon or something like that, we can order it. I'm so happy Path of Radiance is finally on NSO. Even as somebody who owns the game, doesn't matter. I hate people who are like, I own this game. I don't want other people to have it because then my game becomes less valuable. No, let everybody enjoy this game. I'm happy for it. Lego Pokemon, very expensive. There's also a Pokemon Center you can get with the insider points. And there's a gym badge set that's a free gift with the Kanto starters as well. I am not getting those, but I did buy the Eevee for my wife for her birthday. So that's the one we were getting, which
Yeah.
is the cheapest one. So
Yeah,
I'll
that makes
happily
sense.
take that.
That's
Yeah,
that's a
and she
normally
loves
priced one.
Eevee.
Yeah, and
Normal
she loves
price,
Eevee, so yeah.
but it works. And yeah, we had a little discussion in the Discord about the new Joy-Cons. I want them to be solid colors. Like I'd like to have some personality. I don't know why they're not doing it. I know third parties are coming up with the solution, but I'm also still not a fan of the mismatched colors. Like give me two of the same colors. Like
Mhm.
that's how my Switch is,
Yeah.
So I don't know why they keep doing the mismatched colors. It's weird.
Yeah, I so just to compare, how many hours did you say you played there, Barry, on your year in review?
Total 2,368 hours
I played
in the whole year.
160
Oh,
and 52 games.
yeah, but
Uh,
you were traveling around a lot though.
I
I only
was.
traveled
I
once.
was. But so yeah, does anyone want to take a guess at my top 3 games? Because we totally could have guessed yours. Like when you showed them to us earlier, we're like, yeah, that totally makes sense. Any guesses what my top 3 would be?
Oh, Tap Wizard 2 has got to be up there.
It was the top for February. So just like yours, it was the top for
Oh, same as
February.
mine. Yeah.
Yep. But it's not. No, it was
Was it in top 3?
FC26, Donkey Kong Bonanza, and Ball Pit. So
Okay,
all
makes
games that
sense.
came out in the second half of the year, or more like the last third of the year. But yeah, and my biggest gaming month was August, which does not surprise me as well, because I was playing a lot of
Donkey
Donkey
Kong.
Kong during that time. I think so, and I think that might have been when I got. No, FC26 came in afterwards, but yeah, I was playing a lot of that. So yeah, June was another big one. Surprise. And then yeah, August was my number one.
I like when you boot it up. It's like you played the Switch 2 for the first time this year. Well, no.
Yeah. Yeah. So I'll quickly just go through my thoughts as well. The colors for the Joy-Cons, like we did chat about that in the Discord. I am totally fine. I love the design choice that they currently have. These colors are not my thing, so I'm not gonna get them. But I am with you, Barry. Though I wish they would have two of the same color. And they didn't do that all the time on the Switch, but they had a few where you could do that, which was nice because I like my gray ones or I like my red ones. I like the white ones on the OLED, but I like them being the same. So I think that's one of the reasons why I like the current color scheme is because they're basically the same color. They just have some accents that are different. But it would be nice to have those accents the same on both of them. But yeah, like I know a lot of people out there that prefer the full color Switch and everything, and like that's great. That for them, sure. I'm a big fan of the dark gray with the color accents. I do think it's funny that the colors of this inside the Switch rails on the actual system are still the blue and red. But you know, whatever. You don't see them when you have them on there, so it doesn't matter. It's just funny because I know what color they are, even if I don't see them. I know that they mismatch with those other Joy Cons. The Lego Pokemon, they're really cool, but I'm not going to be getting into those. I need to be saving money for the eventual Zelda ones. And then excited about Animal Crossing. I still haven't played Metroid Prime 4. The more I hear about it, the more I'm like, no big hurry. But it was kind of interesting to hear that it was pushed by Nintendo of America. And yeah, I think I've shared about the Roblox thing. I think could be really interesting and for the future of gaming, period. But also to see if it doesn't seem like it's going to go well, but if it does, I would wonder if Nintendo would take note of that, because they've always been kind of wanting to make a safe place for younger gamers online and stuff like that. So I can't see it going well though, but maybe they'll learn either way if it goes well or if it doesn't go well. Maybe Nintendo and other gaming companies will learn, and because I'm all for creating a safe environment. That's 100% we need to do that. I just doubt that this is the direction we need to go because you can get around this so easily. So anyway, Greg, what are your thoughts on these headlines?
I almost thought I wasn't going to get a chance because you interjected
I
in
just
between
decided
us.
to
So
toss myself in there this time. New
yep,
year, new order.
yeah, I like the. Now I'm at the end. That makes it even better. So yeah, without further ado, the new color things. I mean, I'm like you. I really like the ones that match, but I mean, I do think those are pretty solid like color options. At least they somewhat kind of go together, like the red and blue. I feel like, as I think the Switch had like a lavender, like the Animal Crossing one was like a lavender and teal kind of color. I think it was a lighter teal, but I believe it was like the same color scheme as the Animal Crossing one.
Yeah.
The other thing is I feel like the Joy Cons are very expensive, so I'm not like Huston and tries to go after every single set like he does, so that I could see the pain in his wallet potentially. But um, yeah, if they were matching, I might be inclined to pick up one extra set, but with it not matching and not really needing the extra Joy Cons, it's pretty much an easy pass, thankfully. My daughter, it feels like, has mostly kind of moved on from the Pokemon stuff, and she's not super huge into Legos, so thankfully I get to avoid this hazard. But um, that could have been a really expensive thing if she was still like super into both of those things, or at least the Pokemon still. With the NSO update, great to see it. I'm really excited to finally give this one a go. I've heard so many great things about it. This was pretty much one of the first ones that came to the States, but I wasn't into Fire Emblem at the time because I didn't really meet Marth and even Roy until Smash Melee, which was already felt like it would be too late at that point. But I'm really excited to be able to check this one out in the near future. The Mario line sounds really cool. I'll have to give some of that to my brother. He's just expecting a baby later this year. We found out over the holiday season, so it might be a good gift opportunity to get him some of these things there.
That's cool.
The Animal Crossing update. I know my daughter is super excited to be checking that out and resuming on her island. So she did get a Switch 2 for Christmas. So with all the things should be loading a lot faster on Animal Crossing, thankfully. So I'm looking forward to hopefully playing some of those hotel missions and stuff with her over the coming weeks. Dragon Quest VII. I've been kind of looking forward to this one as a Dragon Quest fan, so I'll probably be downloading the demo after this podcast episode and hopefully trying to give it a check it out before the release date next month. Metroid Prime 4 being requested, that makes complete sense to me. So I'm surprised. Like I I don't know. I don't know if it's a huge newsworthy news in my eyes because I figured they probably would push for it. 'Cause I know Metroid, the series, has been a lot more popular here in the West, and obviously with them being able to get the feedback that fans really like Metroid Prime, and that kind of made more like it was no brain move to kind of put that request in my eyes. But great to see that they did push it, and it even got released worldwide. So I haven't checked out the game yet, but I do have it downloaded and ready to go. So it's also my backlog with the other two that I held up earlier. The voucher thing, I think they did do like a soft announcement around the Switch 2's release point saying that the voucher program was going to be ending. So I made some really good use of that and saved some good money, especially with Tears of the Kingdom giving you the $30 bonus on that one, as opposed to the 20. But yeah, we might have to buy one last set before they go away. And then, yeah, pretty much the other stuff is pretty great to see with the new developments at Nintendo and all the. Hopefully, we'll see some of these new titles and series when we do our predictions a little bit later. My year in review, I did beat Steve on the number of hours played, but he did do more games than me. So my hours played, I think it was like 285, and my games played was only like 25 or something kind of small. So my biggest hit was in July with Donkey Kong Bonanza with 98 hours. So that was, I don't know if that was all in July or if that was also the just for the game total, but it was pretty much that was my biggest one there. And then Blade Tomorrow was another big one of mine with 32 hours into that one, and then Silk Song with 23. And it was pretty much just July, January, and September that were really the heaviest months of playtime for me there. So that was kind of fun to look through all of that right as we were starting the episode.
Nice. Yeah, let us know what you guys been playing for your in review as well. So yeah, you can share your you can download it at the end of going through it and share it on our Discord. Share it on, if you want to share it on social media, just tag us. We'd love to see what you guys received for 2025 as well. But yeah, lots of news for this time. Again, be sure to let us know all your thoughts in the live chat or the comments on YouTube, and we'd love to read through those as well. But it is time to move into our main discussion. And this episode, we're going to be focused, as we have been doing for quite a long time. The first episode of the new year, we always focus on our predictions. And not only do we tell you what we look into our, so-called crystal ball and tell you what we think is going to happen in the coming year, but we also want to look back and see how good or poorly we did with our predictions from the previous year as well. So before we jump into 2026 predictions, let's look back at this last year and go through all our predictions. And we'll just do this one person at a time, kind of go through your whole list and tell how well you did. Maybe give yourself a point, or no points, or sometimes we have to give ourselves half points just because we have pity on ourselves and want to give ourselves some half points, just so we don't look so bad. That's going to be me this year, and so let's do that. And of course, we'll go to Barry first as you taking a drink because I have perfect timing there.
All right. Perfect timing. I didn't even get my drink. So my first prediction was Switch 2 launches before the end of summer and is not held back to launch during the holiday season. So I have to give myself a full point because it came out in June, but it was before the end of the summer and didn't launch in the holiday.
Yep, it did. Yeah, you can keep going through your whole list if you want.
Oh, the whole list. Okay.
Yeah.
So
Yeah,
then
for the
my second one. My second one was Switch 1 sees a year of ports/remakes and possibly a new game held over in development that we are not aware of, not counting Pokemon Legends or Metroid Prime 4. There may be several releases for both systems, but Nintendo will use ports and remakes to fill out the majority of the year. I got to give myself a point. We got DKC, we had Xenoblade X. The only new Switch game that was announced, for this year was Super Mario Galaxy and Galaxy 2, which are more ports. And obviously Pokemon Legends and Metroid Prime 4 came out, but everything else was Switch 2. Like Nintendo had we already talked about that during the Game of the Year. Nintendo had a really, really small first party Switch 1 year. So number 3, we'll get at least 2 brand new games from major Nintendo IPs that haven't been announced yet, not counting Pokemon Legends or Metroid Prime 4. We got new Hyrule Warriors. We got a new Donkey Kong. We got a new Mario Kart. So I was like, oh, cool. Like that worked out well for me. So that's 3. Number 4, Nintendo will continue the trend in 2024 and revive at least one more IP that has been dormant for a bit. And we've got Rhythm Heaven and we got Tamagotchi Life that were both announced in 2025 that have been dormant for a long time. And I was like, holy crap, like this is insane. And then 5, with the Switch and the Switch 2 both using NSO, we'll finally get new systems added: Sega Master System, Game Gear, TurboGrafx. I'm going to give myself a half point for this because we didn't get any of those, but we did the Virtual Boy announcement of last year. It's not coming out till this year, but we did get a new system announced last year. So because it's coming out, I'm going to give it a half point because we did get that. So 4.5 out of 5, I'm giving myself. I think that was pretty good.
And also with GameCube was added too.
Oh crap! GameCube was added this year.
Oh wow, yeah, that was
That's
because it
right.
came with Switch 2.
So so 5, yeah, I got a full point then because GameCube, I forgot that was Switch 2. So yeah, 5 out of 5 then.
You just didn't see it coming from Nintendo systems. You just thought it was going to be third party.
No,
yeah,
correct. I didn't. Both ones announced were Nintendo systems.
Yep. Wow. Far better than I'm going to do. Greg, how about you?
I'll take Barry's 5 and I'll match it with my own perfect score record here. So I don't know how we both kind of line those things up. So like my first one was like the Switch 2 stuff there, with it being like announced in like the February and March timeframe, and the release frame pretty much between April and November. So we did get it in June there. So that was, I gave myself the full point for that one. I had like a Switch 2 like launch, pretty much like the launch.
You said April to November, but April to
But
November.
that's what
Yeah, I
I
think said August.
mean. Yeah, I mean,
Yeah.
I think I was clarifying. I even thought it would be the earliest would be May or even like June. So like I made that particular comment. So I understand that was
For
my
some reason, I
note. I
heard
don't. Yeah.
August, and I was like, wait a minute, August to November is not June.
But yeah, I did cover that range, at least my note, and I do remember saying that I thought it could be as early as May, but I felt like it would be more likely to be June or later. But yeah, we did get it in June. The second one, it was more like about around like the launch games and even like the launch window of games. And I had a new Mario Kart game, which we got Mario Kart World as the main launch title. And I even said that Metroid Prime 4 would be a cross-gen release, which it is. And I guess it's still kind of the launch window because usually that's around like a 6-month time frame in previous console cycles, if I remember right. Like they usually consider like the launch window to be that kind of a long of a time frame. But so I felt like that was also the full point there as well. The third one I did, or at least the third one in the order that I'm reading on, I don't know if it coincides with our episode, but I also said we'd find out what Sakurai's special project was because he had kind of teased that in his video YouTube series that he did, and then we actually did learn what that was, and that was Kirby Air Riders. So that even fully launched and stuff. I was pretty much just thinking we'd hear about it and not maybe it wouldn't launch, but that was easily one of my ones I wasn't thinking that was kind of more out there and be like, hey, I don't he's probably still years away from kind of doing this thing. And but no, it was actually a lot further along and we got a new game from him. So that was another full point there. My fourth one was regarding kind of like a new Donkey Kong game, and out of nowhere we got Donkey Kong Bonanza. So like that was very shocking to see there. I wasn't quite sure if it'd be like a 3D platformer and other stuff there too. I did have like a smaller note for like DK64 being added to NSO, but I figured just like having the main focus was more for like the celebration of the new game, and the new game does pay homage to the 64 one with the DK Isle and everything there too. So I don't know. I was pretty. I don't know. I felt like it's still worth the full point because the main point was just the new Donkey Kong game, and that kind of was pretty surprised everybody. We almost thought it was a Mario game. And then last but not least, I said there would be a new Nintendo application or even a game for on the smartphones and smart devices, and we got that awesome Nintendo Today app that kind of details the different news and everything with that there as well too. So
they also put out Fire Emblem Shadows that no one cares about.
Yep.
Yep, That too, and I loaded up the one time, and I don't think I've opened it back up since because it was had a weird kind of gameplay, and I was a lot used to Heroes, where felt like it made more sense to behave like a Fire Emblem game.
I think
Wow.
Fire Emblem Shadows is like the second worst reviewed game on Metacritic of the year.
Wow.
Like it's really bad.
That's too bad. All right. Well, congratulations, you two. You did a fantastic job. I am so proud of your predictions. And here's where it goes downhill. So I said that the Nintendo Switch successor would release in fall of 2025. That didn't happen. I said that the Switch successor would have 2 SKUs, one normal and one Pro type. That didn't happen. I said that there was going to be a price drop for the Nintendo
So it
Switch.
did have 2 SKUs, but one was just a game bundle. One was
Yeah,
without the
that
game.
I specifically said one normal and one Pro. So thanks
Yeah,
for trying to give me some half or quarter points there, but yeah, I made it too detailed, and maybe I should have kept it more ambiguous.
yeah, I do vaguely remember you talking more about it being more like hardware specific or one having more storage space or whatever.
Yeah.
But yeah, I don't know. I don't know if I'm probably with Barry that you could have been giving yourself at least something for like some sort of decimal point, because like you did say 2 SKUs, and technically they are 2 different ones. One has a slip of paper in it, and the other one doesn't.
That is true. Well, thank you for your generosity. Please hold that for a later one that I really needed on. And then number 3, I said there was going to be a price drop for the Switch Lite. That didn't happen. In fact, we got some
We got a
price
price
hikes
increase.
so didn't see that one coming. And I did say that the Switch successor would launch with a new Mario game. Technically, Mario Kart World is a Mario game. So is that worth a full point? Is your generosity going to give me a full point there?
We'll give you a full point.
Woohoo!
Yeah.
All
Mario's
right.
name is in the title. It's a Mario
Yes.
game.
Yes. And then
As
I
Mario
said,
characters.
and this one, I said that either there was going to be an increase to the price of the Nintendo Online membership or an additional tier with something like Xbox Game Pass added to it. And that did not happen. We got some additional things with the Nintendo Switch membership, online membership, like we talked about earlier, like GameCube and upcoming Virtual Boy and stuff like that, but not what I was talking about. So I think I got a solid point for my predictions in 2025. So yay.
The time traveler, you would think he would get the most points.
Yeah.
He's just trying to throw off
perfect that.
He's trying to throw us off for when he's right next year and gets all 5 points.
That's right. Just keep the same ones. No, that didn't work. So
I know Barry had recycled one for the longest time, but we'll see if it comes back again.
And that is true. Yeah. There's
What?
It crossed my mind to actually use one of Barry's repeated ones, but for this year, but I decided not to. So.
I had Retro Studios for the longest time. We'll see what Retro's doing.
Yes.
We'll see what Retro's doing.
Well, we finally.
Yeah. Well,
this is the year you didn't predict it. We found out Retro was doing the Metroid Prime.
But no, we knew that.
Yeah.
We knew that back in
that was
2020.
We did. Yeah. We still don't really know what they've been doing, if anything at all. So, well, let's look ahead to 2026 and pull out those metaphorical crystal balls again. And maybe you guys will do just as well or even better for 2026. And hopefully I do better. Because 1 point is just pitiful. So for the 2026 predictions, here's what we're going to do. If you're new to this kind of episode for our podcast, we're just going to go one by one and just highlight one of our predictions. We've got 5 of them total. And so we'll go Barry, Greg, me, and in that order, and just share one of our predictions. Some of them might be shared across all 2 or 3 of us. We don't know because this was the first time we're hearing them from each other. So we'll have a little fun with our 2026 predictions. So kick us off, Barry. What are you thinking is going to happen in 2026?
All right, I'm just gonna let you know one of mine is a negative. So I hope I'm wrong, but it's Nintendo. So, but I think first off, I think we're gonna see the next game from Monolith Soft this year. Hopefully, it's Xeno 4. It may come out this year or sometime next year, but I feel it's very far along because it's been a while since Xeno 3, and I feel it's a different team that did Xeno X. So I feel we're gonna see what they're doing. Monolith Soft is too big to not have something showing off this year.
All right. All right. That'd be exciting. Greg, how about you?
I'll go with one of my safer ones to kick things off. So I do have this one as an or statement, so I don't get like tripped up thinking that they're both going to happen because I don't think they both can happen. But so I was thinking that we'll finally hear something finally about Mario Maker 3 for Switch 2, and then this is where the or comes in. We'll see that Mario Maker 2 Nintendo Switch 2 edition version where like, hey, here's a few more tools, and now the game is now fully on Switch 2, and it patches up some of the issues like I know the online multiplayer had some severe lag issues and everything too. So I did see that as a potential possibility to work through some of those things, provided they're not network issues. But yeah, that was my first one that I'll be going off here with now.
Yeah, that makes sense. Yeah, I don't. It'd be weird if we got both. A
Yep.
Switch 2 edition for 2 and a 3 all in the same year. It wouldn't be weird if both of those happened over a period of time, but
Yeah.
probably not in the same year.
Yep.
Nice. I'll go with my first one that I have listed here is actually maybe kind of very similar to yours, Greg, but in a little different direction. So I'm saying that we will get a new Mario game announced this year. I'm specifically going to say that it's going to be alongside the Super Mario Galaxy movie release, and it will launch in fall or early holiday season. So still qualifying for the 2026 Game Awards. But I decided to go further. Why not push it a little further? Because why keep this so ambiguous? I'm saying it will not be Galaxy themed though. So even though it's going to be tied, I think the announcement is going to be tied around the movie. I don't think the game is going to be Galaxy a game. I think it'd be a different direction. Maybe this is not a part of the prediction, but maybe it'd be like I've mentioned in the past. Maybe we'll see like a Wonder slash uh Odyssey kind of mix together. That'd be kind of cool. Something in that direction. But even though it's announced at the same time or similar window as the movie, I don't think the game is going to be Galaxy related. It may be Maker. Who knows?
All right. Well, I'm gonna jump down to my fourth prediction because it goes along with you. I also said a new Mario game will be announced for later this year. However, I also took it further and said that it may be a smaller title that many are not like they're hoping for a bigger game like Odyssey 2. I think it's going to be a smaller title than many are expecting. Um, so it may have people a little divided because I feel like the Odyssey team just did Bonanza, so they're not going to boom, here's Odyssey 2. So I think there's going to be some tempered expectations have to happen. But I do think we'll get a new Mario this year.
That actually crossed my mind when I was writing that prediction. I'm like, I think we might go this direction. I didn't write that, but it did pop in my head that it might be one that is kind of not necessarily underwhelming, but doesn't meet people's expectations. Yeah.
Yeah.
And now for the totally realistic prediction that we didn't all meet together. I also said this would be a Mario game, so I had that as my third item on the list. But I did think it was really going to be a 3D Mario, as because I already did the 2D Mario as the Maker style series. So I did feel like this was be a more traditional 3D style game, whether it's like a Galaxy 3 or even just Odyssey 2 or maybe Mario 128 or I mean I just feel like there's going to be some type of 3D Mario game that we will see over the course of this year. And part of this was kind of born just from seeing some of the doom and gloom on other YouTubers saying that how the Switch 2 sales have been kind of slacking down. And when that happened with the 3DS, we got 3D Land and Mario Kart 7. So that's kind of where I was kind of inspired more for this one at least.
All right, cool. So we're hoping for Mario this year. Lots of Mario, which would make sense. Be kind of nice. I also think we're going to get another game announcement this year in the form of The Legend of Zelda. I think there's going to be a Zelda game announcement this year. However, I am going to predict, again, I hope this doesn't happen, but I think it's not going to launch this year. I think we're going to get the announcement, possibly in connection with the 40th anniversary of Zelda, but the game is not going to come out at least until 2027, maybe longer. Who knows how long they may delay this Zelda game, but I think we'll at least get an announcement hearing that it's going to come, and they'll tie the announcement into like the 40th anniversary of Zelda, because they're going to try to get as much as they can. But yeah, Zelda announcement, not a game.
So I also have another game announcement, not Zelda. Super Smash Brothers will have some kind of announcement / release. Most likely a Switch 2 version with added content and a promised continuous stream of new DLC for Ultimate. If it is, however, a new game with a smaller roster, people will not be happy.
Yeah,
I'm going to be one of them.
I can agree with that. Yeah.
Yeah, even Sakurai has said himself this might be the only time to get everybody on the roster too. So
that's why I think if they're smart, they'll do a Switch 2 version and just keep adding DLC packs. And this way, Sakurai doesn't have to worry about it as much. Have someone else take over, build on Sakurai, add new modes, add new single player. Let Sakurai just kind of sit back and relax and let people build off of his work.
Let him keep making Kirby.
He'll do whatever the heck he wants to make.
Yeah. It seems like he enjoys the Kirby thing.
Yeah, it's his son.
Yep. All right. Well, I guess this also kind of goes back to Steve's once again. I did say there was going to be a Legend of Zelda game announcement, and basically, like him, I don't think we're seeing this until like 2028, 2029 kind of thing. Like, I feel like when they announced both Breath of the Wild and the sequel to Breath of the Wild, like this, it felt like it was like a 2 or 3, or even a 4-year gap before we actually got the game. So, I think to kind of hold us over, they were to be bringing back or like remaking a previous game. I didn't specify one to actually put here because I know a lot of them did show up on Switch to begin with, like Skyward Sword and some other ones there, and it was basically just missing like Twilight Princess and Wind Waker, but those were on Wii U, so I don't know if they was really need further remaking, but I mean,
Yeah,
you can obviously
the DS games.
Yeah.
yeah,
Well,
yeah, there are the
forget
DS,
about
and yeah,
those.
like you said, so it could be a chance to bring those as like a pack, or maybe even just have them standalone titles, like a cheaper one, like the Link's Awakening was. But yeah, I think there's gonna be some type of re-released Zelda game that should be coming this year with like the coming announcement of the new game for further down in the future.
Got it. Yeah, I could see that. Yeah. The nice holdover. Hey, now you can play pretty much all the Zelda games on your Switch and Switch 2. And there's another one coming soon. And yeah, I love that you jumped to like 2028. I'm hoping that at least 2027, but it'll probably be 28 or 29. Let's be honest.
Yeah, I
At
was
the same
trying to
time
think.
as
I
the new
mean,
movie.
yeah, I mean, would I like it to be this year? Of course. Would I like it to be next year? That doesn't bother me either. But realistically, it's more like here's some like very early rough footage, and it's like okay, here's like the next game, but then be crickets for basically a full year, and like, oh, are they still working on it even? And then out of nowhere, like, oh, here's another update, like random trailer for it.
Yeah. All right. My third one is that I think we will see at least one really big swing from Nintendo that takes advantage of the Switch 2 gimmicks, specifically like the mouse control and things like that. I think they're going to take one really big swing and say, this is why we put all these different gimmicks in the Switch 2, and we're going to really show it off. And they're going to take one really big swing and see how it does. And if it doesn't do well, we
I mean,
probably
Drag
won't see
Drive
those.
wasn't big enough for you?
No. I don't think it was. I think it was a good try, but it wasn't a big swing. I think they're going to go out. Maybe one of those, like, I don't know if I could really count like a Mario Maker as a part of that. I think they'd be silly not to put mouse control in whatever Mario Maker they do put out, whether it be a Switch 2 version of 2 or a full on 3. So maybe that could do it, but I feel like there's going to be something where it's like similar to Dragon Drive, where they're just putting all their eggs in this basket and see how it goes. And so yeah, I think they're gonna take a shot, and if it doesn't go well, you won't see those things used hardly ever again. There's gonna see
Now
how it
I
goes.
just have this image of Arms 2, but instead of using the motion control, it's all mouse control.
Yep, something like that. I think they're gonna
Oh,
take a
man.
shot.
Yeah, instead of actually like using like your fist, you're gonna be like rolling them on the table.
Die. You're just rolling your poor coffee tables are getting destroyed. All right, so one of mine next. It's almost a repeated, and I feel good. Like it's one of those where it's like, you know what? I did it. I did it last year. I'm gonna do it again because we got lucky. So I want to push this. I think Nintendo will continue to revive at least one more new IP this year that hasn't been announced yet. So not counting Rhythm Heaven and not counting Tamagotchi Life, I think we're going to see another older IP, an older series that hasn't been around for a while. Keep coming back. Come on, I want to see more. I always hope for Star Tropics. I will always hope for Star Tropics, but I'm not putting my head in. It could be a new Star Fox. It could be a new F-Zero. I don't care. Just keep bringing new or old IP back. Let's get them back.
So sad that Star Fox now falls into that category.
Oh yeah, for sure. The last new one was a decade ago. You know that, right? It was 2016 was Zero.
Wii U.
It was a decade ago.
But yeah,
too. Let's be fair. There was 2 games. We got 2 games.
That's true. There's hope because Furukawa just mentioned what we talked about earlier. That they're going to be pushing some franchises. So this year, maybe it's one that's been dormant a little bit.
Yeah, man. Well, 2 years ago we got Famicom Detective Club. We got Mario and Luigi. We got Endless Ocean. Last year we got Kirby's Air Riders, and the announcement of Tamagotchi Life and Rhythm Heaven. So I want to see them keep going. Like let's do this.
Let's do it. Star Fox. I'd be up for another Kid Icarus too.
Oh yeah. Oh.
Yep. All right, kind of just speaking of IP, I went a little bit different with this one. I'm thinking that we're probably going to see like a brand new IP with like a new set of characters and everything. It's not going to be characters spinning off onto their own series. It's going to be something like Splatoon that's started off in 2015 as a entirely new, like the kind of kick off a series kind of thing. Hopefully, obviously, I can't predict the future that it's going to get a second or third game down the line like Splatoon, but I'm thinking there's at least going to be like a newer like IP style game with like brand new characters and potentially different gameplay experiences for Switch 2.
All right, that'd be cool. Like in a world of sequels, like I'm pretty sure like most, if not, there's a ton of sequels that were in the Game Awards. So you guys talked about it on that episode. We need some new IP. That'd be cool. All right, I'm gonna go sidestep the normal predictions this year, and step away from video gaming proper, and still focused on Nintendo, still focused on the gaming world. I think we're gonna get a teaser trailer for Nintendo's next animated movie focused on Donkey Kong. I think they're going to finally make it happen. We've been expecting it to happen. It's probably going to be like Donkey Kong Country sort of thing, but they're going to announce it and give us an actual trailer, a teaser trailer. I'm not expecting anything full, but some sort of like little teaser of a trailer saying next animated movie is coming out. Maybe it might even be a part of the Mario movie. It might tie it in. Who knows? But I think it's going to happen this year. Donkey Kong animated movie.
Now, what would you do if they do this, they announce this, and it's just a trailer that has Seth Rogen's Donkey Kong come on the screen and just go banana slammer and walk away?
That's the teaser. I'm not expecting a full trailer. That's good enough
And
teaser for me.
and if you understand the reference, then you're cool. But I don't even know if you understand the reference to that, Steve.
I'm not cool.
You don't recognize that, really?
I mean,
Did you ever see the Donkey Kong Country animated series?
I don't know if I did.
I don't think I have either. I was
Oh
like, that
man,
didn't.
really?
I watched
I was
the
gonna say
like
that was.
the VHS tape they sent to me to advertise Donkey Kong Country, but I
No,
don't
no,
think I
no,
actually
no.
watched an
The
animated series.
Canadian DKC. They did a 3D animated Donkey Kong Country cartoon from Canada, and it is something to be experienced. I'll say
Wow.
that.
I'm gonna have to look that up on YouTube
And
after this.
that is Donkey Kong's catchphrase: banana slammer.
Nice. Well, they may have to work in banana into that one. So maybe it'd be
But
banana slammer.
you'll
I
definitely
guess.
have to check it out.
I guess we have to see if Link also is gonna be like, well, excuse me,
Oh
princess.
yeah,
Oh,
that's got to be
got to.
somewhere. That's got to be
Got to.
somewhere.
That'll be on our
The,
next year's
the,
predictions.
yeah. No. So now next episode of the podcast will say. I want to hear your thoughts on the Donkey Kong Country anime. You don't have to watch the
Okay.
whole thing. You can watch just an episode. But I'm
Okay.
curious your thoughts on this Canadian take on Donkey Kong Country that Nintendo obviously approved because it is official.
Nice. All right. Cool.
All right. So my last prediction is a negative prediction. All right. This is a prediction that I absolutely do not want to come true. I want to be wrong. I want to get 0 points. But it's Nintendo. Because it's Nintendo, I have to do that because they don't do the things I think we all want them to do. So, despite all the anniversaries that are happening this year, and there's a lot of them, outside of Mario that was discussed last year, none of them will be celebrated. They won't even mention any of them. There won't be any new games. There won't be anything tied around it. They'll just pretend none of them happened. Outside of the Mario, again, last year they did a little thing with the Mario. I think they're just going to be like Donkey Kong, Zelda. No, none of that. Nope, nope. Luigi's Mansion. No, we're not doing anything with any of them. So I want to be wrong. I want to be wrong. Prove me
All
wrong,
right.
Nintendo. I'm giving you 12 months to prove me wrong. But that's my prediction.
Yeah. Okay.
I
Swinging
mean,
for the fences on that one.
yeah, Steve did make a list of the milestone anniversaries, so I'm wondering what you're thinking. Is how many qualify as a failure versus how many qualify as a success?
Not just it's just like to do some kind of campaign. If they say, "Hey, this year is the 40th anniversary for Zelda, yay," and don't do anything, that still counts as a failure to me because
Hmm.
they didn't do anything.
Do
They
anything with it? Yeah.
saying it's an anniversary or doing a tweet is not doing anything with it. That's
Yeah.
bare
Okay,
minimum. That's nothing. But if
So
they've got it like
yeah,
look Mario, look what happened last year. They opened a direct with like 15 minutes of talking about Mario's 40th anniversary and talking about the movie and talking about like the new Yoshi game and all the different stuff. Mario Galaxy 1 and 2 coming to Switch and like they at least put some kind of no new Mario game of course, but some at least some kind of campaign towards it. There's a logo and everything. Like any type of effort outside of the bare minimum mentioning it or a tweet or something or Nintendo Today, look, it's
yeah.
this is the anniversary. Like that doesn't count. It's got to be, in my opinion, they're not going to do any type of
Any
real
of them.
push, any type of campaign.
Wow. Okay.
Any of them.
yeah.
Any
Wow.
of them. Now Nintendo. So I know on your list by the way, you put other franchises
Hmm.
like um but for ones that are like non-Nintendo, like Sonic, 35 years of Sonic, for example. Castlevania you put there. Like if Konami does something or Sega does something,
Yeah.
that doesn't count because
Yeah.
that's not
It's a
Nintendo.
Nintendo
I'm
IP.
specifically talking Nintendo. Yeah.
Okay. All right.
Yeah, 'cause I mean, there's pretty much from that list, I would only expect like around like two or even four of the like between two and four of the five or six that are on there, but I don't know.
All right.
I'm
I would,
saying none, and I want to be proven wrong. So let me lose that point. I'll be happy to lose that point.
Cool.
All right, I guess more happier news this time around. My last prediction, which was formerly a little bit higher in the list, but didn't really fit in with other topics discussed. I think Nintendo's actually going to come back and give us some DLC for Mario Kart World. I know we were kind of calling for it this year. Or me and Barry even discussed it on the last episode or whatever. But I think that we might actually get some updates to either have some more tracks or more characters or costumes and all that other stuff that made a lot more sense to do last year. But I think maybe they wanted to let it kind of have its own little launch and not really take anything away from some of the other games. And they might need to have some DLC or something to kind of warm it back up and get to hopefully increase even more sales and player activity on it.
Nice.
I
I
would
hope so.
love that. And you know what? That's like what I was talking about with Smash Brothers and this like Blue Ocean strategy where that's a great way to advertise. Like if they did a DK pack after Bonanza, people play Bonanza, then they go back to Mario Kart and play with Void Kong and King K. Rool and stuff like that. And it doesn't have to be coinciding with the release. It could just be like, oh, Kirby Air Riders. Oh, look, Kirby's now added to Mario Kart. Like, go there and get that in a Kirby track or whatever. It's cross promotion. It only helps.
Mm-hmm. Mm-hmm. And
Yep.
like you said, like
And even
we've said
Kirby makes
before,
sense because yeah,
I was just
yeah.
saying that you could those different worlds that you can have. Like
Yeah.
you could play it out that way where you have another island or whatever that's a different world altogether. You can jump over to that one and it's all Kirby, it's all Donkey Kong, whatever.
Especially with Sonic doing it right now, right? Like, come on. Literally, Sega is doing what Nintendo don't. Come on.
They're trying to revive that campaign, but yeah, I think it would even make sense. 'Cause I think it was what Smash Ultimate where they showed Kirby on like Rainbow Road, and everyone's like, "Oh my
Yeah.
gosh, Kirby's getting added to Mario Kart!" And then I was like, "Nope, fooled you. It's like here's Smash Brothers." Like,
Well,
so I mean,
Mario
Kirby
Kart
does
8
make
had
yeah.
what Link,
Yep.
Villagers, what the Inklings, and
Mm-hmm.
none of them are Isabelle, none of them are came back. So
Yep.
Well, I
Yep.
think because
it was
that's because
F-Zero
they did
track
their
too.
world thing, but yeah.
Mm-hmm.
Sight Bike
Well,
had a track,
yep,
like they could do a lot with that.
they could. So, well, Barry, I hope you're wrong on your last one. Greg, I hope you're right. Uh, my last one is very, very simple. I think with new um, excitement within Nintendo, I don't think they're going to want to go on a buying spree, but I think they're going to buy another studio this year. They don't do it very often. They did just get acquire 80% of Bandai Namco Singapore, so like that was recently. So I think they're actually going to buy a studio this year. I don't know what it is. I'm not going to venture into that kind of territory to tell you who they're going to buy because I don't want to even try to touch that, but I think they're going to buy a gaming studio this year. Because like I said, it doesn't happen very often, but when it does, it's usually kind of big. Because they don't toss it around similar to or unlike other gaming studios that go on buying sprees and then lay people off. So I think this will be a good move for the gaming industry. I think them purchasing it is not going to be like buy it and sell it all off and get rid of the employees. I think this is going to be a good move for Nintendo, a good move for the gaming industry, but I think they've got their eyes set on some other gaming studio and it will come under the Nintendo umbrella this year.
Hey, Platinum
We need to
Games and Mercury Steam are both been pretty quiet lately.
There you go.
maybe they need to welcome Rare back.
Oh my
I don't know
God.
if
Wouldn't that
I'll
be
just take
crazy?
the IP. Rare is dead. Just give us the
Yeah.
IP.
Yeah.
The people who work at Rare are not the
Just go
same.
after the people
You
that
know,
used to work there.
then you buy Platonics.
Yeah. Yep. So who
But
knows?
there's no
Maybe.
reason there's no reason to do that when those games are already coming to your platform.
Right.
Like that's
Right.
the big thing.
I think
Like
it's going to be some like something that they want exclusive IP to, or assets, the people and talent and stuff that's going to bring. There and it may have to do with and could I broaden this to say like it may end up being another like the animated studio they purchased, sort of thing for their movies and
yeah.
things like that. So it's not necessarily gaming, but Nintendo's going to buy another studio this year. It could be a movie studio, it could be a gaming studio, something like that. But they're gonna go and actually purchase another studio this year.
you open up the news tomorrow and it's like Nintendo buys Sony Pictures.
That would be crazy.
Nintendo buys Xbox division.
Well, they just buy the whole Xbox gaming. So yeah, as we alluded to earlier,
No reason they just sit around; they'll get it for free.
Yeah. So those are our predictions. We'll revisit them in 2027, which is crazy to think that we're even in 2026 now. But 2026 is also, as we alluded to earlier, is a big year for gaming, like milestone anniversaries. So those so celebrating 40 years this year are Zelda, Metroid, Dragon Quest, Kid Icarus, Castlevania. 35 years is Sonic the Hedgehog. Celebrating 30 years is Persona and Pokemon. I feel like Pokemon, that was like when that got announced was so talking about like VHS tapes. Did you guys get the VHS tapes when they announced Pokemon?
Yeah.
Like I remember getting those when I was a kid. And then celebrating 25 years is Animal Crossing and Luigi's Mansion, which is just blows my mind. The fact that that's a 25 year anniversary. And then also Pikmin celebrating 25 years this year. So pretty big year. And the point where we're getting some games that are now I still think of as new properties, and now we're celebrating 25 and 30 years of them, which just makes us feel old.
I do have to do a quick caveat on my last prediction because Pokemon is not counted in that because they are a separate company. They are not
I was
Nintendo.
wondering
And
if
they are doing something for the 30th anniversary, but they are not Nintendo. Nintendo owns a third of it, but they operate as a separate entity.
Okay.
So they
Yeah, I
are
was
not
about
counted. It
to.
has to be Nintendo proper.
I was literally going to be asking about that because I feel like Pokemon's pretty good about saying like, "Oh, this is like the 29th anniversary, and here's our live show celebration of when Red and Blue went live or whatever." And then like
They've
this
already
year,
shown
obviously,
a logo for the 30th anniversary.
Yeah.
Like there's
Yes.
something planned with. They've stated in the next 2 months we're going to hear something for the anniversary. So that one doesn't count. Like that's Pokemon. I'm talking Nintendo specific.
Yeah, that makes sense.
Yep.
I am actually even thinking of Animal Crossing. I mean, the 3.0 update drops for New Horizons just in a couple days as of this recording. And if you were going to announce something around the 25th anniversary, you may want to tie it to that and just like, oh, cool, to celebrate. We're also celebrating 25 years of Animal Crossing or something. But nope,
Yeah,
not a
nothing.
peep out of them.
Not exactly. See, it's what I'm talking about.
Mm-hmm.
Yep. Yeah, the ones I was pegging like on the initial call for or like the initial discussion earlier is I feel like Zelda would be an easy one to mention. Um, I don't think we'd really see anything Metroid this year, and then we obviously wouldn't really see probably anything Pikmin most likely this year. But I feel like
Well,
if there's like a
see, but they
Luigi's
would be
Mansion title
easy.
down the frame, but yeah.
Metroid, they could easily do Metroid Prime 2 and 3 remastered or HD or something or
Mm-hmm.
ported, because they could put Metroid Prime 2 on NSO, but they can't do 3. So just put 2 and 3 together. People have been expecting it for years. Didn't happen. How about Metroid Samus Returns? Remastered or something. Put that from Mercury Steam from the 3DS, something like that. None of that. Like those are easy. Those are filler titles at this point.
Mm-hmm.
Like that's filler
Yeah.
for the year.
Yeah, they would be, but I
They'll
also
put it.
know that Nintendo's not super passionate about Metroid to begin with because it's like the franchise that wants to be really big, but it's not.
Yeah. Although
Yeah.
another one that I think I'd be surprised if it doesn't get something is Pikmin, just because Miyamoto loves his Pikmin and likes to throw it in everything. So I'd be surprised if he doesn't push for some sort of celebration of 25 years of Pikmin. Now, do we get something big? I don't know, but I'd be surprised if there wasn't some sort of like little thing celebrating it beyond just, hey, it's 25
a
years.
rating for Pikmin 3 Switch 2 edition, like in Europe or something. Like, I mean, if that would be so minor if like that's
Yeah.
what it is.
Yeah.
It'd be like really like that's
Yeah.
nothing.
Maybe another
Hey,
little short
hey,
that
good
we
luck.
wonder if it's actually Pikmin or not. Yeah.
Yeah, what the heck happened with that? Like nothing came from that.
Yeah. that baby and mom are so confused. So as we look ahead, so those are the things that we, from our predictions, that we don't really know is going to happen. But of course, they're predictions. We're hoping some of them happen. We're hoping some of them don't happen. But some of the things we do know are happening are games in 2026, and I just compiled a list of specific dates that we know. We also have some release windows. I don't believe any of this has changed. I did put this list together a couple weeks ago, so I don't think anything has changed since I put it together. But if you guys catch anything, be sure to let me know. But I just want to run through this real quick in different sections, and so that we know what has definitely been announced for this year, and then we can talk about what of those games, which ones we're really excited to get our hands on. So specific dates that we know are the 3.0 version of Animal Crossing New Horizons, but also the Switch 2 edition dropping on January 15th. And then Final Fantasy VII Remake Intergrade is on January 22nd. Dynasty Warriors Origins on January 22nd. Dragon Quest VII Reimagined on February 5th. PGA Tour 2K25 on February 6th. Mario Tennis Fever on February 12th. Yakuza Kiwami 3 and Dark Ties on February 12th. Nintendo Classics Virtual Boy is dropping on February 17th. You can pre-order your Virtual Boy if you want to right now. I have, and I totally forgot that I did it until I saw when I was looking through my list of recently purchased things on my Nintendo account the other day. I was like, what did I spend $100 on? Oh, right. I did purchase that thing. Uh, and then Resident Evil Requiem and Resident Evil Biohazard and Resident Evil Village all dropping on February 27th. And then Tales of Berseria Remastered on February 27th. Pokemon Pokopia is on March 5th. Monster Hunter Stories 3 Twisted Reflection on March 13th. Pragmata on April 24th, and 007 First Light on May 27th. So those are specific dates that we know. Any of those games that you guys are...
Yeah.
What's that?
Trails Beyond the Horizon is this week. You forgot that.
Okay. So that one popped in there
That's on the
or wasn't
15th.
on the list or something like that before. So actually I have that on the list later in
Yeah,
our
no, it's
upcoming
on the
games.
15th.
But I didn't put that on there. So okay. Trails Beyond the Horizon on January 15th. What else what are you guys what are you hoping for? What are you gonna get your hands on? Is it gonna be every one of these, Barry, or are you gonna pick and choose?
No. For me, of this list, Trails Beyond the Horizon, I'll do probably the download of Animal Crossing. I don't know if I'll play it. Probably not. Dragon Quest VII Reimagined, Mario Tennis Fever, Virtual Boy, of course. I've already played Tales of Berseria Remastered. It's excellent, but I'll probably eventually get it. Pokemon Pokepedia and Monster Hunter Stories 3 Twisted Reflection are the big ones for me. Maybe 007, we'll see.
Nice. Greg, how about you?
Not nearly as long as Barry, but at least some of them that share the same thing. I'll be checking out the Animal Crossing update, most likely with my daughter, who's also really excited for it. But probably other games I'll be picking up will be the Dragon Quest VII Reimagined, possibly Mario Tennis Fever. I'll have to see. The tennis games have always been very hit or miss with me and her to begin with. We did get like aces and whatever like on like Switch, and we didn't really play it a ton, so I don't know how Fever will turn out. The Nintendo Classics Virtual Boy, so I just had pre-ordered the headset. That thing I didn't even realize was available for pre-order, so finally got that locked in as well. And then pretty much I think just most likely just 007 First Light. So I'm kind of interested to see where they'll go with 007, and hopefully it'll have some items from the roots from the 64 game, but obviously it'll be its entirely own entity. But if it has like that mission based kind of structure along with like some awesome multiplayer aspects to it, it should be hopefully it should be a slam dunk, but we'll see.
Yeah.
Which one? There were two 007 games on 64. GoldenEye and World is Not Enough. They're both on
Or Gold,
64.
Let's be
I was
honest.
more gearing
GoldenEye is the
towards
only one that really matters.
exactly right.
Hey,
Or
World
you
is Not Enough
mean
wasn't
Perfect
bad.
Dark? Perfect Dark was the other one.
But
Yeah,
perfect.
that's
You didn't play World's Not Enough? It was actually pretty good.
I did play it, and that's why I'm saying what I said.
Aw, I liked it.
It was okay. It just wasn't GoldenEye. Yeah, it wasn't a
No,
bad
yeah.
game.
of course not.
I didn't
It was
realize it
better
was a
than
second
Tomorrow
one on
Never Dies on the
64.
PlayStation.
I didn't realize it was a second 007 game on 64. I thought the next one was on GameCube, but I know that one
No,
wasn't the
no.
best.
Tomorrow Never Dies went to PlayStation, and the World Not Enough was on PlayStation and 64. And I like the was oh god, I can't remember the first one that was on GameCube. I remember I can see the cover, and they couldn't use Pierce Bronson's likeness, so it's just like a black outline of it. But I enjoyed that one actually.
Yes. I'm looking forward to the Animal Crossing. I'll definitely be getting that. I think I re-downloaded it on my Switch too. If not, I need to do that before the it drops on the 15th, and then or maybe I'll just hold off, and I don't know how that'll work. If you have that one, will it be an update, or will you have to re-download a whole game? I may want to hold off if I on the Switch 2 edition. Yeah, I'll figure that out later. But anyway, I'll
Yeah,
be playing Animal Crossing.
yeah. At least for Animal Crossing, I don't know if we'll have to, because you didn't do the system transfer, so I don't know how that's gonna work.
Oh,
Because you would
that's
need
true. I forgot
you
about.
need like
You
that
need to check
island
the
Mm.
system
you need the
transfer
island
items.
transfer tool, or have done like the full like transfer the Switch 1 to Switch 2 transfer.
Yeah, but the System Island tool wouldn't be too bad. It's a free
No,
download. It's
yeah.
Yeah.
So I'll be playing around with some downloads and transfers and things like that on the 15th. Uh, figure that out. And then I already said I playing Dynasty Warriors Origins for review, so I already have that one. And then Virtual Boy, I already mentioned that. And I think of the rest of those, I'm with you, Greg. 007 is probably the other one that I'm looking forward to see how that one goes. As well. The rest of these games are going to be great, but those are kind of ones that I'm eyeing for definitely getting. Um, and so we also have some some release windows for some other games as well, and then some other games that we know that are supposedly coming out in 2026, but we don't really know anything beyond that. So, in terms of release window of spring 2026, we know that Tamagotchi Life Living the Dream is coming out sometime in the spring, along with Super Mario Brothers Wonder, the Switch 2 edition, plus Meetup in Bella Bell Park is coming out sometime this spring, as well as Yoshi and the Mysterious Book is supposed to come out sometime in spring 2026. And then looking at the rest of 2026, we've got Fire Emblem Fortune's Weave, Deca Police, the Dusk Bloods, Orbitals, Indiana Jones and the Great Circle, Rhythm Paradise, Groove, Professor Layton and the
is that
New
Rhythm
World of
Heaven Paradise Group? I forget.
Rhythm Heaven Paradise Groove, maybe. I don't know. I'm sure it's that series though. I can't remember the exact title. I may have written it down wrong. I thought it was Rhythm Paradise. Anyway,
It's Rhythm
um,
Heaven.
but Professor Layton and the New World of Steam, Elden Ring, Tarnished Edition, Lego Batman, Legacy of the Dark Knight, and Out of Words are games that are supposedly coming sometime in 2026. And then just looking at the list on Nintendo's website, basically, there's some other games that have been announced that we don't know. We don't have any dates at all. So those are Pokemon Champions, The Adventures of Elliot, The Millennium Tales, Splatoon Raiders, and Enter the Gungeon 2. So of those, the rest of those, what are you guys looking forward to, Barry?
Tamagotchi Life. Probably check out what Meetup in Bell Bell Park is, especially if there's single player stuff in it. Yoshi and the Mysterious Book, Deca Police, Dusk Bloods, Rhythm Heaven, Professor Layton. I already did Elden Ring. It's fantastic. Lego Batman potentially, depending on what I'm playing around then. Pokemon Champions, Adventures of Elliot, and potentially Splatoon Raiders, depending on what it's about.
Nice. Greg, how about you?
Pretty much somewhat similar. I don't know if I'll do the Wonder thing. I was gonna wait to see if they have any more details surrounding that, because I mean, I did really enjoy Wonder, but I know it was a little bit on the easier side for the bulk of like 95% of the game. But and I don't know if it's. I guess it also depends on when it comes out with some of the other games we discussed. Yoshi in the Series book is a definite yes. I love the Yoshi series set of games and always love the new art styles that they have been brought into the series. Most likely we'll be checking out Fire Emblem Fortune's Weave, and then possibly Elden Ring. I guess it just depends on when that comes out and any other games around that time. I don't know if I'll have the patience for it, but if there's not really a whole lot around that time, then perhaps. And then potentially The Adventures of Elliot and Splatoon Raider just needs more information on both of those, like Barry. I remember Adventures of Elliot on, I don't know if it was Wii U or something that I was on there, I think. The name sounds
No, it's a
very
brand new
familiar, but
IP. They did a demo that you could play and download on the Switch too, but it's a brand new
Mhm.
IP from the creators of like Octopath
Mhm.
and Bravely Default and Triangle Strategy.
Yep.
oh, oh, that was that one. Okay, yep, I do remember me and Barry being talking up that one on the last episode. But yeah, that one. For some reason, that name Elliot made me think of that platformer like indie
Elliot
game
Quest?
that was probably what it was. Yeah.
Mm. Yep.
And I think I did
This
remember enjoying that one. It was like but that was more of like a platformer and stuff, and not like this one. That's
This
like an
was like
RPG
Zelda.
and yeah,
Yeah.
yeah,
Yeah.
the action adventure thing.
Yeah.
Yep.
I enjoyed the demo. Yeah. Just you know, so I realized what I did with the Rhythm Heaven thing. So in the UK, I think Europe and Australia, the game is called Rhythm Paradise. And so what I did is Nintendo America's site was pitiful in telling me what games were coming out for 2026. So I looked at Nintendo Europe's or UK's list, and that's where I got that that game title. So in the US, it's
Uh,
called Heaven, but other parts of the world, it's
yes.
called Rhythm Paradise. So that's the discrepancy there.
Makes sense.
But what I'm looking forward to is, yeah, the Super Mario Wonder stuff. I like you said, Barry. I think most of that's going to be multiplayer, but it'll still be fun. I'm looking forward to checking out the meetup in Belle Park stuff. Yoshi and the Mysterious Book, I'm kind of on the fence. The game looks beautiful, and I think I would enjoy it, but we'll see what's going on around that time if I have time to play it. But it looks like a fantastic game. And then the ones that are just coming sometime in 2026, I'm interested in the Indiana Jones game. For sure, it's gotten really good reviews, I think, on other systems. So it'd be cool to see what it does on Switch too. Professor Layton, of course, I am excited about that one. And then, yeah, Adventures of Elliot was fun. I don't know if I'll get the full game, but I enjoyed the demo. Pokemon Champions is something I'll be looking into. Splatoon Raiders does look interesting as well. So I think those are interesting to me. But we'll see as we learn more about them and as the releases actually get more solid. If I stay excited about them or that if that fizzles out. But that's it. Cool. Well, through that list, we've kind of already talked about what we're excited to play. But just wanted to quickly remind you that just over the next couple weeks, because our next episode's on January 27th, but just over the next couple weeks, we got January 15th, we're getting Animal Crossing, Switch 2 Edition, and The Legend of Heroes, Trails Beyond the Horizon. And then January 22nd, we're getting Final Fantasy VII Remake, Intergrade, and Dynasty Warriors Origins, plus the DLC as well on that date. So beyond those games, what else do you expect to be playing, or is it just going to be new games over the next couple weeks? What do you think, Barry?
For me, it's going to be finishing the Dragon Quest VII demo and doing Trails Beyond the Horizon for the most part, in addition to the next game I'm working on for work. So that's going to be the main focus. And if I can finish Trails Beyond the Horizon before Dragon Quest VII comes out, maybe I'll go back into the backlog and get one of the other ones that I missed if there's enough time before Dragon Quest comes out.
Nice. How about you,
The Animal
Greg?
Crossing, who knows?
Oh yeah.
Yeah, probably at least Animal Crossing, because I think that's a free update, isn't it? Or
I think it's
Animal
or maybe
Crossing's
included.
big content is a free update. The
Yeah,
Switch 2
the
I think
edition adds a few little things.
yeah.
yeah. Yeah, so quite possibly at least that one potentially in the next 2 weeks, but really hoping to finally crack these guys open and get some playtime on them. So Kirby Air Riders and Hyrule Warriors hopefully get some time added onto those, and in addition with Metroid Prime 4 that is also waiting my attention as well.
Nice. Yeah, I want to play a little more of Plants vs Zombies Replanted before Greg and I do our game chat on it. I need to get far enough in the game where it unlocks those other modes, which would be helpful. So right now I'm just kind of playing through
Yep.
the main game and enjoying it, but I need to get the rest of the modes unlocked so that we can actually have a full review of this game. And then I'll be playing some more Dynasty Warriors Origins. And then hopefully we'll finally be able to boot up Hyrule Warriors as well. So that's
What
kind
about
of
Rogue Prince of Persia?
oh yeah, I do need to get that one. Did I download that? I'm sure I did. I'm almost certain I downloaded it. So yes, add that to the list as well. I was trying to as I discussed my games that I've been playing recently at the top of the episode, I was trying to bang out a bunch of smaller ones so that I can make room for those kind of games. So yes, Rogue Prince of Persia. But Barry, you're also potentially going to be excited that I did move over my download of AI Somnium files to my Switch 2. So there's less barrier of entry there now because
Good play.
I
Oh my
don't
God,
boot up the
play.
Switch 1 very often. So now I have the game on my Switch 2. So we'll see
Oh
what
man, I want to
happens.
just.
We'll see
There's so much to discuss with that game, but I
what.
can't because you need to experience it first. Oh, it's so good.
Yeah, I'm also looking to hopefully transfer that over because one other thing I did over the holiday break was with my daughter Switch 2. Like I gave her my older memory card, and I finally took the necessary steps to transfer over the stuff over to the 1 terabyte card that I managed to
Wow.
snag like not long after release. So it was the original card was just kind of sitting on my desk for the longest time, and then with like, hey, she might actually need a memory card, so it gave me an excuse to transfer everything over. And now that I have more than just a handful of space, I can actually re-download some of the titles that are on my backlog, which includes like the AI game in addition to some
Oh
other
man,
ones. So
if you guys actually play that, we could have a really cool spoiler cast on that game. That game is phenomenal, but oh man, I can't say
it's
anything more because I can't spoil it.
it's
It's just too good.
it's weird. That's what I remember.
Oh, like you will constantly. It's one of those games where you'll constantly be like, I didn't see that coming. I didn't see that coming. Wait, what? Oh my God, that's genius. But I
Hmm.
didn't see it coming because
All right.
that's what happens.
Well, like we said earlier, next episode is going to be on January 27th. So just a couple weeks away. We're now back from our holiday break and going to be pretty much for the foreseeable future, keeping our every other Tuesday schedule. So encourage you guys to tune in live on YouTube and Twitch when we stream there at 8 p.m. Eastern Time, 5 p.m. Pacific Time. And if, of course, if you missed that, you can catch the video on demand version on our YouTube channel. But then you can also catch the audio version on all of the podcast apps that are out there. And be sure to subscribe, share it with other Nintendo gamers that you know as well. And while you're at it, be sure to leave us a positive review. Maybe if your podcast app or whatever allows you to do that, do that. Leave us a thumbs up on YouTube, all those different things. That just really helps us to continue growing this community. And speaking of which, of that community, again, we're hoping to launch our Patreon this year. And so we want your feedback. So be sure to email us at podcast@nintendofuse.com or just hop over on social media or our Discord. Let us know what you'd like to see on a Patreon, so that as we're building this, we actually put things on there that will entice you to actually sign up for it and contribute and everything, because we don't want to throw things on there that you don't even want. So let us know what you'd like to see on that. A lot of this channel and this whole community and everything has really been built on the backs of you guys, our community, over the last several years. And so we want to keep that alive with this Patreon as we launch that. So please let us know. But that brings us to the end of this episode. Barry, anything else on your mind before we close?
Just thank you again for everybody that tunes in and supports us, and looking forward to a fun and unexpected 2026. We always start every year. We have no idea what Nintendo's doing. We know very, very little, and we know more games this time than we normally do. But there's so much we don't know about, and we haven't had a direct in 4 months. So
Yeah,
looking forward to seeing what we have and what happens.
maybe in February. Might happen.
I'm
Great.
expecting February. There's
Yep,
also Pokemon Presents.
that's true. Yep. Greg, anything on your mind before we wrap up?
Yeah, I don't think there'll be a whole lot of things, at least before the next episode. But as you guys both said, thanks for tuning in, everybody, and really hope to see everybody on Discord and continue our conversations over there. And thanks for all the support, and hoping to see your good ideas for our Patreon and everything that we can come up with for later this year. So, um, yeah, that was pretty much it on that front for me.
Cool. Well, be sure to subscribe on YouTube as well, because we've got lots of game chats that are already recorded and going to be launching and publishing really, really soon. So you'll see those, some of the ones that we've talked about on this episode and more. So make sure you subscribe on YouTube, and we'll catch you in our next episode. Until then, happy gaming, everybody.
Have a good one.
See you next time.